Woo, I'm live. So I decided to try something a little bit different. I've never done a live stream before, so I'm not really thinking anybody's going to show up or not. But anyway, I took the Capra a few times, and I had put on these wheels. They're a little bit heavier than the ones I had on it before, and the high Rexes, but I noticed some traction issues, like immediately. And after running the intercos on the SCX10II, there's a big difference in traction. So I did get some intercos for this, so that's what I'm going to be doing with this. As for the SCX10II, I got a new Homes Hobby here, Trailmaster Sport 550. I'm going to try to stuff that in there. Probably going to have to end up cutting the battery tray to get it to fit. But we'll see what happens. I do like these wheels. It's only 5 screws, which is awesome. Yeah, these high Rexes were on the SCX10II, my Cherokee, for a very long time, and they're pretty wore out. So, got some steel rings, much heavier tire, or much heavier wheel, which should help keep the 4 corners planted pretty good. Either way, these intercos are going to make a huge difference. Traction. Go together pretty easily. Hopefully my house stays nice and quiet for the next hour or so. Yeah, I've never live streamed before, so hopefully you can hear me and see me. Oh, this is not going so well. I like bead blocks, but man, they're a pain in the butt sometimes. Oh, what is going on here? It's not cooperating. That's good. It's good. Yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on with this. It's like the screws are too short all of a sudden. Yeah, these do have a bit more of a lip. Could be my problem. But the foam's probably in the way. One of these days I'll actually get a clamp to do these. Still not cooperating. Man, what the hell is going on here? Beadlocks are kicking my butt, yo. Oh. Something. Ooh, that might work. Man, these do not want to go on here. Oh, 10 minutes and nothing. This is fantastic. This is off to a good start. This is my first live stream. I can't even get the beadlock on. It's great. I have no idea what is going on here. These tires don't look that much different. Only thing I can think of is the foam. These were nice and wore out when I put them on. These, on the other hand, are nice and fresh and sticky. There we go. Just needed a little bit more persuasion, I guess. What's up, Island Duke? What's going on, brother? It looks like it's just you and me here. I can't tell if anybody else is here. I can just see when people comment. I'm just getting my butt kicked by some beadlocks. Literally. The heads on these screws are 1.5. I don't really like that. Easy to strip out. All right, one down, 3 to go. .432 RC Otero. What's going on, man? Yeah, actually, I did just build this. I want to say about a month ago, I think I built it. I've had it out a few times, and I'm still working the bugs out of it. I originally tried some 2.2 tires, and it was too much for it. So I went to 1.9s with a heavier wheel, and I tried the Hyrex, and it still just wasn't up to where I wanted it to be. So now I'm putting some intercodes on. Or attempting to, anyway. It's not cooperating. But the wheels that I'm putting on actually have a steel ring instead of an aluminum one, so they're very heavy. I mean, just the rims alone weighed more than these do with the tires on them. So I'm hoping that extra weight will keep her planted just a little bit better. And the intercoast should give me the traction I want. But we'll see what happens. Yeah, I ran the Hyrex 19s for a long time. I've had them on my SCX2, and they work great. But then I tried the intercos, and it's like all I want on my trucks now are intercos. We go through a lot of wet rocks along creek beds and stuff, and I mean it's just like an instant bite. It's very aggressive traction or grip. I actually came across Proline has a 1.9 crawler TA tire that looks really nice too, but they didn't have any of those at the hobby shop. So I went with my standby intercos. It's like this thing has to be set up just perfect to work. And even then, it still doesn't want to work very well. You know, it's like some bead locks are okay to put together, and then others like this, oh my God, are ridiculous. Don't get it, man. Only thing I can think of is it's the foam. Oh, maybe that'll work. I don't know. Nope. Like I said, these went onto the Hyrex really easily. Those are kind of wore out and have some mileage on it, and the foam in there is not as big. As this foam. See, if I wasn't live streaming, this is about the time when I'd start cussing and screaming at it, but I can't do that. Wow. This is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, I'm thinking at this rate, I am not going to get to that motor tonight. Good Lord. What is going on here? It's like everything has to be just perfect. Okay, one side. I think I see what my problem is. Maybe. I don't think the tire's sitting right in the lip where I need it to be. Yeah, like I said, I do have a nice hammer. Oh, that's funny. Well, I hope this is very entertaining watching me struggle with these. I have to say, honestly, this is the worst beadlock I've ever worked on. Like, everything's lined up, everything's where it needs to go, it just won't compress. It's making me look like a fool, man. Holy crap, dude. I don't even know what to say to this. This is absolutely ridiculous. I will not be buying these again. That's for sure. It's like it's getting stuck. Sweet baby bejesus. What the hell? Alright, let's see if I can do this. Let's see if that worked. Oh, I just may get a hammer. This is ridiculous. And here I was so happy that it was only 5 screws in the center to put these on. I think I'd rather be doing 30 screws. At least they catch. What the hell, man? I don't get it. I don't get it. Oh, it's gonna be like this, huh? And I only got one done. Oh, this makes me want to cry. Okay, it's compressing there. No. Uh-oh. I have no idea who that was. They hung up. And it was nobody. Fantastic. I don't know about you guys, but I've been getting a lot of spam calls lately. Remember, years ago, I was on the do not call list, and now they just call every freaking day. Oh, it was just compressing. No, it's not. That's okay. It's compressing over here. We'll make it work. I will make this work. I will not be defeated by freaking bead luck. Or maybe I will. I don't know. Man, this is the most uncooperative I have ever seen in my life. It's absolutely ridiculous. I'd give you the name of the brand of these, but these are so generic. I don't even know who made them. Oh, to run from them. Oh. I don't know if you can hear it crunching in there, but I mean, it's where it should be. Oh, man. It's still. How did I ever get the first one done? What sorcery was involved? Oh, this is killing me. Wonder. You know what? I'm going to try one more thing. And then I may just start hitting it with a hammer. Yeah, I think it's the foam because I got a lot of ground up foam in here. It's like the foam goes up over and gets stuck between the wheel and the everything else. The ring. Man, this is embarrassing. It's absolutely embarrassing. Hopefully not too many people are watching this. Oh, I don't think it's in. We're going to try anyway. Woo! That was painful. Painful, man. Freaking painful. It's got to be the foam. That's all I can think of. And the fact that I don't have a clamp. If I had a clamp, it'd probably make my life just a little bit easier because then I can manipulate the tire and the foam a little bit better. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm probably not going to get to that motor today. That's all right. This was the most important part. Okay, that was painful, but that's two down. Guess it helps if the hub's lined up. I actually think I'm going to lube it. Maybe spit on it. Maybe that'll work. But that was embarrassing, man. I just got schooled by a tire. I've changed car tires quicker than that. Good Lord. So how's everybody enjoying their quarantine? I thought about that too. By the way, thanks for joining us. Osboy81, Island RC Duke, 432 RC Otero. I think I'm saying that right. And Richard East. That name sounds familiar. How are you doing, Richard East? Oh, I lost my nut. It fell on the floor. That's okay. I won't need it for another 2 hours. Not until I get this next set on. Oh, it's probably going to take that long. Yeah, I noticed the foam was getting carved up along the ring there. So it's got to be the foam causing these issues. Man, that was tight. So, 2 down, 2 to go. Here's what I'm talking about. I don't know if you can see this, but you see how the foam is nice and recessed? So this is the foam that came in these tires versus these. They're right along the lip here. When you go to compress this, they get stuck up in here. And it sucks. Oh, I don't even know where I'm at. All right, there we go. I may try some dish soap or alcohol. Kind of lube these. Yeah, these rings actually had holes in them, so I had to seal them with electrical tape, well, Gorilla tape, and then electrical tape. Keep all the water out. All right, foam, you're not going to kick my ass this time. Oh no! Pulled too far. Oh man, I got Sticky's RC here. What's going on, Stickies? You came to watch me get my butt kicked. These tires are killing me. Absolutely killing me. I think I'm going to take somebody's advice there and trim this foam because that seems to be my problem. That and making sure that this is perfectly lined up at the same time. It doesn't seem to want to do that. Got either the foam in my way or the holes don't line up. Stickies, usually it goes pretty good for me. But this one, of course, it would be on my first live stream, so it's just got to like kick my butt. Oh, I don't have the power of editing like I normally do. I think I need something taller than this. Which I don't have. Yeah, I'm blaming the foam. Definitely. These screws were just like a millimeter longer too. That would make the biggest difference in the world. It's like it needs to be completely compressed before it'll even bite. This is a very frustrating bead lock. A secret curl, huh? Oh, it's killing me. Kicking my ass. Oh, hammer time, man. It's hammer time. I'm going to cheat a little bit. took my glasses off and I can't read the text. Oh, it's been all of them, not just the one. I think it's this though. Because like I was saying earlier, so this is the foam that was on the ones I had on here. Just a slight difference. These went on very easily, like stupid easy. I don't have an all. Otherwise I would. But it's not the holes that are misaligned. They do get misaligned, but that's the easy part, is lining them up. It's getting the foam not to fall into the ring. That's the hard part. Let's see if that trim job worked. I have foam everywhere. Still being a pain in the ass. Woo! Number 3 started. So I guess even trimming just that little bit makes a big difference. So I'll do that on the next one. Sean PRC, man, what's up? Thanks for joining me. Watch me get schooled by a wheel and a tire and a 50-cent piece of foam. RC Master, what's going on, man? These wheels are going to be staying on here for a very long time. I have no plan to take these off. No, I got this in San Diego. I was in San Diego for a week, and all I took with me were warm summer clothes because it was Southern California. I mean, it was February, but still, I thought it would be warmer than it was. It rained the entire time we were there. I was actually working with a guy who'd lived there for about 12 years and blamed me for it because he said it never rained the entire time he lived there. So it was my fault. Yeah, it was really cold there. So I got a California hoodie. I'm actually in Maryland, Baltimore. There we go. Are you in Cali, Stickies? Yeah, that's what I thought, man. So, I work on ships. So we were floating off the coast of Malibu for 3 weeks. And oh my God, I was freezing the entire time. I had no clue that it was going to be that cold. I always thought California was bright and sunny and warm. I think it was last year. It was the year that they got all the snow near. They got some kind of record amount of snow. I remember that. Maybe that was a year or two ago. It was ridiculously cold. Missing some more stuff. All right, that's 3 down. Thank God. 1 more to go. See you later, Master. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate the thumbs up. I have not seen the Rise of Skywalker yet. I'm still debating on whether or not I'll ever see that movie. So, Stickies, you are in Southern Cal? Oh, yeah, you did say that. Yeah, so you're in San Diego. I had to put my laptop really far away, so I actually had a place to work. I might be still online by the time you're done watching that movie. I mean, that movie's only 3 hours long. It may take me another 3 hours to get this last wheel on. I don't know. It's a possibility. Yeah, that's exactly what I've heard, that it was the better of the 3, but still, the one before that just kind of ruined it for me. I mean, I understand wanting to get into like new characters and stuff, but you don't have to destroy the old ones first. I mean, if you're going to kill them off, at least give them some kind of dignity. That's how I feel about that. Well, I have a copy of it. I'll eventually watch it. Looks like somebody chewed it. What's going on, Edmund? Eddie? Is that you, Eddie? Should have read the destruction manual, huh? Sad thing is, I did. The foam really isn't that solid. You could probably just pick it apart with your fingers, but I just used some curved scissors. Yeah, the manual for this was terrible. It's I think IKEA gives better step-by-steps, to be honest. Oh, hopefully this goes better. Slow mashing. What's going on, man? You like my Capra? I've only taken it out a few times. So I keep changing it every time I do. I actually just uploaded a video of it running with the 2.2s a little bit earlier. The 2.2s were just way too much for it. I think it put too much strain on the motor or the battery because I don't have a very big battery. I have an E-Flight battery. It's only like 1,300 milliamps. So when this 80 amp ESC, this hobby wing, goes to pull juice out of it, it just doesn't have it. So I went back to 1.9s. I'm not a big fan of the small battery compartment in there. Yeah, stickies. I'm going to be happy with it when I finally get it to where I want it to be. I fell in love with the first time I ran a stock one a few months ago, and I've been wanting one. I finally got the kit probably like 3 weeks ago. I don't know if I said hello to Slow Mashing, but what's going on? Man, why couldn't they all be this easy? This is the easiest one yet. Woohoo! Oh, I forgot I dropped my nut. Oh. I'll be here somewhere. I don't even see it. That's right. I know I got a spare in here somewhere. Okay, I had a spare in here. Oh, I'll just steal one from another car. What's up? Not much. This time I really am live streaming.
Okay, nice. Anyone watching?
So Stickies, if you're still here, what batteries do you run in your Capra? Are you running E-flights? I have spares. They're just, I think they're in my car because my channel counterpart seems to lose like 2 of them every time we go out. Oh yeah, that's much better. So also the first few times that I ran it, I didn't have a waterproof servo. I had the Savox I had this one in it, which is a good servo. It's just not waterproof. So I slapped this the blue one in there. I guess blue means for water. So then the real debate is, do I want to put this 550 into the Capra or do I want to put it into the SCX10II? Because to put it into here, I'm going to have to cut this battery tray up, which is going to get interesting. Jen's Ace 4300 and a ProTech. I'm going to have to look those up later because these are what I'm running now. And they really don't pack enough punch. It's 30C, 1300 milliamp hour. So it's like, it says 40 amp maximum. This ESC pulls 80. So that's where I'm getting a lot of my lack of performance. I figured that. I was actually thinking about just standing it off. I got some spacers. But with the weaker battery, that's why I was thinking about putting it in here instead of into the Capra. So I'll probably put it in here, but that means I got to chop this battery tray up, which will probably go a lot better than the tires just did. Probably. It's going to be interesting. We put a 550 into the trail walker, and I really like the way it performs with it. We also slapped one into the Wraith 2.2, the Spawn. I'm really digging them. I've gotten over my dislike of the Torque Master. See you later, Osboy. Thanks for stopping by. It's a little fat. Need to squeeze it in. Sweet. 3 hours off that battery? Damn. I get maybe a half hour off those little E-flights. Basically, running those batteries, all I really do is strap it to my backpack, and I run the SCX10II most of the time, and then pull out the Capra when I find something cool to crawl over. Sean PRC, man, what's going on? So what is everybody else doing? Going corn crazy? Slowly getting there. Man, that sucker's tight. Yeah, I had to take a break from editing videos. I was starting to go cross-eyed staring at the screen. I'm only about 9 behind. Myself. So I decided to try to do a live stream for the first time. So I really appreciate everybody showing up, man. I really didn't think anybody would show up. Sometimes I forget to take my glasses off while I'm staring at the screen while I'm editing. Like 3 hours later, I just start to see like zebra spots, like a nice ocular migraine. I'm like, oh yeah, I don't need them for close up. They just give me an awful, awful migraine when I use them close up. Burning eyeballs. Oh yeah, this is gonna be a tight fit. Definitely gonna have to trim that. Ooh. dirty. So it's been a while since I've actually gone through my crawlers to try to maintain them. They're a little dirty. We use udder butter though, and we just cake it on everything. It keeps the water out pretty good. So when I do actually crack the trans open, it's very, I don't know if you can hear that, but this trans has been soaked at least 6 times since I've taken it apart to inspect everything. Udder butter is magical. I used to use Harley bearing grease, but that breaks down a little too quick. I don't think the plastic really likes it either. Udder butter, Maxima. I've never heard of Maxima. Yeah, the udder butter is basically the same stuff Tony was talking about the other day. It's a it looks an awful lot kind of like the environmentally friendly grease that I use at work. Basically some kind of lard with a little bit of petroleum in there. But this is my favorite part of it because you can literally just get it exactly to where you need it to be. And that syringe is kind of refillable. You just stick it in a tub and suck some up, but it doesn't always work very well. Get enough in there so you can keep using it. Same syringe over and over again. You've been using Maxima on your bikes? Is that like Yamalube or something? I've just never heard of it. I mean, I probably have seen it. I just don't, the name isn't ringing a bell. I wasn't into dirt bikes for very long. Oh, that's the wrong size. Is it like a marine grade? Because I have some of that. I put it in my stealth wig, the marine stuff. Oh, why do they got to do their pinions like that, man? It's so uncalled for. Got to have it on before you put the motor screws in. Lithium. That makes sense. I had a couple buddies try to talk me into using lithium on some of my firearms, and it works good. It kind of evaporates though. Like it doesn't really adhere to it very well. But that's in a firearm where you're shooting. Oh, I think that'll work. Never tried that either. Slip 2000. To be honest, you're probably going to laugh, but I use motor oil. I use 50 weight motor oil. Apparently, the Army did a study and field testing for weapons in the field and supplemental lubes and stuff, and motor oil was actually very useful. Worked really well. It's a lot cheaper too. I think they said something about transmission cleaner or transmission fluid for cleaning, which I don't know how they clean with that. But when I use the motor oil, after a couple thousand rounds, I actually go through and clean them. And all the powder and everything is kind of suspended in the oil, and it literally just wipes clean. I don't have to scrub anything. It's freaking awesome. It just gets a little smoky sometimes. Are you allowed to have firearms out there in Cali? I thought that was forbidden. I think it's just another myth. I think they've only banned certain things out there. Ball stall. Never heard of that either. Heard of the Slip 2000. I have to look into ball stall. That's just got a funny name. Ball stall. Yeah, I'll bet a lot of paperwork. They legalized certain stuff for medical uses in this state, and then they encouraged everybody to go out and get their card. Somebody wanted me to become a caretaker so I could get a card, and I absolutely refused. They said I was just being paranoid. But then a few months after that, they started basically saying anybody that had a card was banned from purchasing a firearm anymore. Most people don't understand the difference between federal and state laws. Just because it's legal in a state doesn't mean it is federally. Oh, yeah. That's got some serious... Oh, now the real question is how much am I going to have to cut? Yep, a lot. Oh, I don't have my big clippers out here. Right here. I have a fillet knife. That probably won't work very well. thought I had a pair of cutters out here, but I guess I don't. Yeah, that sucks. I don't have anything to cut this with. 209 Modesto, NorCal. I love Hickok 45. That guy's awesome. Is he still making videos? I haven't seen anything from him. Well, I haven't really looked up any firearm videos in a long time. But I liked Hickok. Hopefully he's still around making stuff. Yeah, these are just not going to cut it, literally. Yeah, I liked Hickok and Nut and Fancy. I liked some of his stuff. He's the one who actually convinced me to buy the High Point carbine. I really I love that stupid little rifle. And then of course FPS Russia, but some weirdness going on with that whole thing. Maybe these will be better. Oh yeah. Now we're making progress. I think nail clippers would have been better than these things, but these seem to be working. That's cool if he started making stuff again. No, well, the 40, I think it was the 4095 is what it is. Everything I have is in 40, except for my 357. Yeah, the carbine. I'm not a big fan of their pistols, but the carbines are nice. My mom has the 995 or 995. That was 9mm, right? The 995. You know, it's funny because that was my big hobby before I started this. Was I'd go out to the shooting range all the time. And when I'd show up, like, people thought I was like some kind of professional shooter just because I had so much stuff. The bullet button. Are you talking about the the slide. But anyway, when I started doing this hobby, she kind of got mad at the cost, but when I told her how much it cost me to go to the firing range every day, or at least twice a week, she didn't complain too much after that. Yeah, it does kind of suck. I'm not a big fan of the safety lever either, or that whole slide. I actually got an aftermarket thing, it kind of rolls off it. But that's probably my favorite cheap ass gun. What I really want is a Kel-Tec Sub 2000. I think that may be my next one. I had to get the Shockwave for I think I got that last year because Maryland was starting to talk about it unfavorably. So before they banned it, I decided to get it. I put my Sub 2000 on hold. This is just funny. I have all my good tools out in the garage, which makes my life a little bit more harder than necessary sometimes while I'm in my basement. Sweet. I'm assuming that's 9, the Kel-Tec. I think I trimmed enough. No. That is quite a tight fit, but we got the 540 Sport in here now. Oh, that's nice. That's good stuff. KSG. Sounds familiar, but I'm not sure what a KSG is. Sean's RC Adventures. What's up, man? KSG. Is that a shotgun? I don't even know. Well, that did not take nearly as long as I thought it would to get that sucker in there. make these all different length just to mess with me. That's what I thought. Shotgun. Yeah. I think a buddy of mine just got that thing. Don't quote me on that. Sean, I am putting in a Homes Hobbies Trailmaster Sport 550. I just stuffed 20 pounds of crap into a 5-pound container here. And it actually went better than I thought it would. I just had to trim the battery tray to get it in there. Yeah, me too. Except I have a really bright floor, so usually I can find everything on the floor here. Has this thing not been charging again? Huh. Apparently my laptop has not been charging since I started. That's interesting. I was wondering why the screen kept flickering weird. And then it just told me it was going to go kill itself. Might need a new surge protector. It's charging now, right? Okay, we're good now. You know, it's funny you say that, sweeping up off the floor. That's how I always keep my floor clean. Usually, if I lose something, I just sweep it. I'll find it in the dustpan. Oh, you said scooping. Same thing. Forces me to actually kind of be somewhat organized, neat and tidy. I don't know if you guys watched our last video with the Wraith. The punishment we put this 550 through was insane. And it ate it up like it was nothing. Because we're running one in the Wraith now, and we're running one in the Trailmaster as well. 0.5. This is very strange this on camera live. Get all the lost parts off the floor. Oh, my back said my connection was unstable. Must be taken after me. A little unstable. Yeah, Sean, the 540 fits in there way easier. I don't know if you can see where I had to trim the battery compartment there, or battery tray. But the 550 actually fits okay. It's literally just maybe 3 millimeters too long. So I just trimmed up the corner of this battery tray. It sounds like the wife and dog and everybody are home. Sounds like a circus up there. Oh, I like it. Fits in there pretty good. Probably make that just a little tighter. Yeah, that's pretty much my philosophy. If I built custom bikes for many, many years, and I was always told, you can't do that. You can't do that. No, you just have to make it work. And I'll find some way to make something work. I don't care what it is. Sometimes it's not worth all the effort to make it work, but yeah, custom bikes. Yeah, we had one. It exploded. Actually, no, I'm sorry. That was a 45, I think. Sean, yeah, I think we had a 30 and a 45. Both of them melted down after barely a run. They're not designed really for the elements. They're awesome motors, don't get me wrong, but they don't like dirt. They don't like water at all. The 45 turn one barely got wet at all, and it shorted out after about an hour and a half. This thing still smells like it. I can still smell the burnt motor. But if you're running it in like a controlled environment where you're not going to be kicking up a lot of dust or getting it wet at all, yeah, they're great. Worth all the effort when somebody tells you no. Yeah, this is true. Oh, I don't know where I'm going to put these. Need them out of my way. I don't like the way that fits. I had to cut the motor wires real short. Oh, I don't want to go down there either. Yeah, I think it'll fit fine. That'll work. Tie straight through. Yeah, I've never ran any Tekken anything, to be honest. There's a few of them in my local hobby shop, and we've just never tried a Tekken yet. Slow mashing, yeah. I went to motorcycle school, and after that, I started working at a custom bike shop. And then when I realized there was no money building custom bikes after about 7 years, I decided to go to a dealership. Yeah, I mean, I love the challenge of doing something that somebody says you can't do. Um, the amount of satisfaction I get out of that is awesome. Sometimes it's just I'll take a look at it and just be like, "Wow, it's not even worth it." This is way too ridiculous. But yeah, there was no money in building bikes, so I got out of it. I felt more satisfied at that job, I'll tell you that, than what I'm currently doing. Being able to take 4 things that were never meant to go together and then make them work safely. I've ridden a lot of V-rods. I was actually a Harley, technician at a dealership. So, most of the custom bikes I worked on were either Harleys, Big Dogs, Titans, um, anything with a 45-degree air-cooled V-twin. Too many close encounters. Yeah, there's a lot of them out there. Fortunately, I've only ironically, you say that with saying you've ridden a V-Rod. The only bike I've ever, um, dumped on the road anyway, not many on the dirt, but on the road was a V-Rod. The ABS modules would go bad, and you wouldn't know until you went to go hit the brake, and you know exactly how tight that front brake is. You just kinda stare at it, and it slams the front end down. But, yeah, I never did any racing. I have ridden a lot of crotch rockets, though. But the V-Rod, the ABS module went out when I was coming to an intersection, and I hit the rear brake, and I'm smashing it all the way in, and there was nothing. I wasn't slowing down. And right at the last second, I had to grab a fistful of the front brake, and it slammed the handlebars right in front of me, and I just tumbled straight into traffic at about 20, 30 miles an hour. Landed on my back, started spinning around like a turtle. It was fantastic. Luckily, I didn't get hurt. I scuffed up my knee, but we had a guy at the dealership who was a corpsman in the Air Force, so he patched me up good. I never went to the doctor. Yeah, I was pretty lucky. And then it happened to me 2 other times on a V-Rod. It was crazy. Both times, ABS module. Luckily, it was the rear that went out the next time, and then the third time, yeah, I think it was the rear again because I literally just came to a stop. I mean, I'm like hitting the throttle and it just, yeah, you're going nowhere. So right onto the shoulder, I just kind of parked it and waited till um, the moisture was done boiling away. So I'm done with this. I don't know what else I was gonna do. Oh, you know what? I could do that. Maybe. Stickies, that is a fact, man. Um, have the same feeling about motorcycles too. A lot of people get uptight, like, oh, my bike's never been sideways before. Well, gravity's going to make it go sideways eventually. When my wife first started riding, her biggest fear was dropping her bike. I said, it's gonna drop. You're gonna dump it. She was just nervous about dumping my bike. She didn't really worry too much about hers. Oh yeah, that's right. I got this too. I had to go with the green gas cans because the red just didn't stand out enough on the red body. I got a bunch of friends of mine that do flat track still. Something I never got into. I'd probably enjoy it. RC Voodoo, man, what's going on? It was funny after the Holmes Hobbies melted down. I got a fire extinguisher for the body, but I lost it. It's gone. It's somewhere in the creek. I honestly thought that this body was not going to last very long, but ever since I trimmed off the side steps and the fenders, it actually holds up pretty good. It's still very fragile back here. There's a lot of areas that are not very thick. And it's still the worst paint job I've ever done. What?
Are you videoing?
Yes. Would you like to say hi?
I need help.
You need help?
You know that giant box my mattress came in?
Yes.
I fold it in half and try to put it in a recycling bin, but it sticks out a lot. Is that going to be okay?
No, just throw the whole thing out on the street.
That's okay.
Just fold it, yeah. It'll be all right. See you later, Island. Thanks for stopping by. Talking to the...
Oh, yeah.
See, I messed with her the other day. I told her I was live streaming when I really wasn't. So now she doesn't think I am. But yeah, man. Island RC Duke, man. Thanks for stopping by, brother. Sean Jedi Master. Yeah, flat track racing. I'd love to get into that at some point. I think I'm too old, though. I'm not made of rubber anymore. It hurts when I land on the ground. Yeah, I already lost 2 green ones, so I got 2 red ones, and I didn't like the way they look, so naturally I didn't lose the 2 red ones. So now that I have 2 green ones, I'll probably lose those now too. You know, it's funny. We find some of the stuff that we lose every now and then. Usually body clips. That's funny, little scale bits. Retired from bike riding at the tender age of 44, or retired in general? Ah, yeah. That will do it. I've never broke a bone in my body, if you can believe that. What kind of wide body did you get, Voodoo? Good Lord, man. 62 different bones. That's insane. DemiWorks Rocket Bunny Kit. I'm gonna have to look that up.
Are you live streaming?
I am.
Oh, you're actually doing it?
Yeah. Did you want to say hi? She didn't believe me that I was live streaming.
I'm Ricky's child.
Yeah, she's my undaughter.
I love car.
You love what?
I said I love car. Car is cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look that up. What was it? What did you say it was? A what? I just saw it. Where'd it go? DemiWorks Rocket Bunny. Oh, that is pretty cool. Yeah, she was actually doing laundry. That's funny. So is the rock? Oh, it's a. She said the bunny. So Voodoo, which one did you get? I see a bunch of them. A DemiWorks, like Mazdas, Beamers. Look like a Supra. You said the bunny. I don't see it. Got a very small screen here. Oh, the RX-7, sweet. I like that silver Supra body that just popped up. So you getting into drifting now? I tried that. I'm terrible at drifting. Absolutely horrible. I think it's the cars that we try to drift with, but either way. Tokyo Voodoo. All right, I guess I can get out of that. Those are pretty cool looking. Yeah, we've basically been trying to drift with like a Kyosho MK2 and a Patera. It hasn't worked out so well for us. We got some really good advice as to why we suck so bad, but we just haven't gotten around to fixing it. Yeah, my Phaser MK2, I put a Hobby Wing Max 10 in it. The 4000 kV. Thing is stupid fast. My favorite thing to do with it is just smoke tires on it. Was it this one? Oh, no, it was the other one. Maybe it's both. Nope, it was this one. I did swap it out for the Kyosho aluminum one, and the first time I ran it on 3S, I had it on the bench here, and when I punched it, it literally turned into a spaghetti noodle. It slapped into the ESC, slapped the battery. Luckily, it didn't puncture the battery, but I mean, it looked like an S, and that was the aluminum one. And I've been scared to run it on 3S ever since then. I just continually run it on 2S, unless I have it in two-wheel drive. Basically, just disconnect the front, and then I'll run it on 3S. What's going on, Pat Taylor? I'm new here too. This is my first live stream, so thank you for joining me. Into rock crawling, what's my opinion on, or everybody's opinion? I don't have a TRX Ford Defender. You may want to ask RC Voodoo. I think he's got a few. I don't know, Voodoo, do you have yeah, there you go. All in. Yeah, I don't have a TRX 4 yet. I wanted to get one. My buddy Steve had a used one to sell me. He decided not to sell it to me. So Steve, if you're watching, I have no idea what's going on with this thing. Don't you love it when your tires do this? These rims, no, they are not vented, but they somehow vented themselves. This is the way it should be. But I had a buddy of mine running this over the weekend, and he was not gentle with it. It was my fault because I told him he didn't have to be gentle with it. But the only thing that acted weird was this wheel. I didn't notice it till I got back. Nah, I honestly don't know what the heck it was. I don't use Loctite on any of these screws, so they probably just got loose. And as hard as we were running them, there's a lot of rocks and deep holes, and it gets stuck in there, and it just twists. And if these aren't tight, you're going to allow air to get in there, or suck air out of there, and then it's not going to be able to get back in. That seems to be the problem every time that we have this happen. It's usually right after getting stuck in a hole. Basically just twisting the tire right off the wheel. Oh yeah, well I just squeezed it. I squashed it. But But I could hear the air running out of it when I squeezed it. It just wouldn't allow it back in. So I'm just going to go through and make sure everything's tight. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the vented ones. Every time I have a vent hole, I tape it up. Altitude change will definitely do it. Nah, but I'm pretty sure this time it was just straight abuse. And these screws coming loose. In another 3 weeks, if I ever get to finish uploading or editing and uploading the video, you'll see. I'm only 9 behind. About a month. I got a lot going on these days. We go through a lot of water, so venting them is just a recipe for disaster. Not unless you like wringing foam out a lot. Typhon 3S and the Mojave. I really like the Mojave. I just can't justify spending money on a Mojave right now. Not a really big fan of short course trucks to begin with. Yeah, the 3S Typhon is awesome. We just put a 4S BLX system in our 3S Typhon. Don't ask me why. I love my 3S Granite too. I honestly think my 3S Granite and my 4S Outcast are my two favorite trucks. Ooh, there's all kinds of crusty in here. I can still hear it escaping. Oh, there it is. Head on all of these screws is completely ground off. We hit a lot of rocks. 6S Creighton. You sold it? Ah, I know what it is. No, I don't know what it is. What the hell is going on here? Is there a hole in this tire? Thanks, man. Thanks, Sean. Appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by and watching. You missed the first 20 minutes of me getting my ass kicked by a beadlock. It was very embarrassing. All right, let's see if this works. I don't know what's going on with this voodoo. I think maybe these screws just weren't very tight because I could hear the air. I could feel the air escaping when I squeeze it. Hopefully there was just crud stuck in here. Yeah, you don't have the power of editing, and it's kind of weird just having people watching you. I'm really a shy person. I see the camera staring at me, and it really makes me nervous. That sucks. Broke him the first time, huh? That sucks. Drifter giveaway going on. Sweet. Maybe drift keeping it from sealing good. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I just kind of wiped out all the crud out of here. It's been a while since I've actually. I typically go through and maintain all of our stuff. More frequently than I have, but I have not the last few weeks. I had a leaky roof that I had to deal with, and that involved way more complication than I needed in my life right now. But it doesn't leak anymore. That's all I care about. Priorities, I guess. Eddie, have you really been watching me this whole time? You're a creeper, man. I'll see you later, Eddie. Yeah, you don't come across as being very shy in front of a camera. Stickies. You are a pro. Oh, I am far, far from professional. I know that. See ya, Eddie. I was just kidding about you being a creeper, bro. Or was I? Oh, hopefully these are nice and tight now and dirt free. Oh, it's still leaking. Where the hell is it coming from? Ah, I found it. I don't know if you can see it. It's coming out the sidewall. Probably should have checked that before. That's okay. I told you we weren't very nice to it. Oh, this sucks though. Well, I have to admit that is the first time I've actually punctured a crawler tire before. I have no idea how to even look half this stuff up. Yep, that sucks. That's okay. I have a spare. I'll just make that one a full-size spare, maybe. Probably not. Maybe with some super glue, but I'm not going to go through all that. Not when I have 3 other tires that are perfectly fine sitting right next to it. I like the easy way sometimes. Oh, so many screws. Yeah, I know. I get it confused sometimes because my name's Richard too. So if you're not, well, if you're talking to me, Voodoo, I don't know. Yeah, slow mashing. Honestly, I refuse to do anything with glue when it comes to any of my tires. For my bashers, I run them with pre-installed, and when they bust the sidewall, or I just get a new one. I want nothing to do with the glue. Oh, that was way too tight. That's why I really like the bead locks, because I don't have to use glue. The entire reason that I got the Proline bead locks, or well, whatever they call them, Pro Lock, bead lock, Pro Lock, I don't know, whatever. The Proline one for the X Max, because I got tired of blowing out the wheels or the tires and then having to replace them. I tried to re-glue one once. Nope, done. Just give me the Pro Locks. Sure, there's 800 screws, but I'll deal with that. I'll bet this will hold air a lot better now. Just saying. These bead locks have actually been pretty good. They seal up really good, and they go on really easy. The center ring is nice because you actually just put the tire right into the center ring, and then you just clamp it down with the external ring. It's nice and easy. I think they're RC Lions. I'm pretty sure that's where I got them on Amazon. Unlike these pains in my butt here. I won't even talk about where I got those from. So apparently I have been on for 2 hours and 15 minutes. That is crazy talk. Has anybody heard from 11 Charlie? I haven't seen him on Mondays the last few weeks. I hope everything's going all right with him. Alex Press. Oh, this is nothing, Pat. The ones we put on the SCX10III had 3 times the amount. It was like there was no space between them. It was just all screw. Well, Voodoo, I hope he's doing good. And Stickies, yeah. I sat here for 15 minutes just staring at my laptop going, do I really want to do this? Do I really want to do this? As soon as I hit go live, I can't just shut it off. So go big or go home. That's how I kind of learned how to swim. Just jump right in. Yeah, the ones, I don't know, if you look at our, literally the last video I just uploaded, the first trail run with the SCX10III, you can see just how many screws went around here. It was insane. I think it took James probably, put it this way, in the time it took him to do one bead lock with all the screws, I had already done like 5 other bead locks. It was insane how many screws were on there. Never done my own live, done with the same set. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of weird. You know, I smoke, so it was like, I'm like, oh, I bet I'm gonna go grab a cigarette real quick. Oh, let me go use the bathroom real quick. Oh, you know what? Let me go get a drink. It was like I just kept delaying and delaying and delaying. Like I get really weirded out staring at a camera. I really do. It's not so much the see. You got a point, Voodoo. It's like now that I actually have people to talk to, it's not so bad. But like for like the first half hour, it was just very weird. I'm just kind of sitting here. I mean, Island RC Duke came on. I think around 10 minutes into it, but I was literally just sitting here by myself, talking to myself, doing this, like looking up every now and then, going, "Is I don't know what I'm doing." It was weird. It was very strange. I feel a lot more comfortable now. I honestly didn't know that I could go live. I thought you had to have 1,000 subs before you could go live. Um, and then I started horsing around with the YouTube studio on my laptop, and it actually gave me the option, and it told me that I had to wait 24 hours because apparently I had not authenticated my account through my phone or something stupid. I can't remember what it said, but then once I did that, it actually gave me the option. I did a trial run like a week ago. It was an unlisted one just to see what happened. 1,000 for mobile. All right, that makes sense. Slow smash. I'm literally using the same microphone that I use for all my editing. It's just the Samsung Meteor and my Logitech webcam and my laptop. And yeah, that's it. You just go through the studio and it gives you the webcam option. It's actually, once you play around with it a few times, it's not too terribly confusing. Yeah, Voodoo, I figured, it was just taking that initial step to just get online live. I mean, I watch you guys every Friday night almost, and most Monday nights. Occasionally, I'll catch CCRC. Usually, I'm pretty busy midweek, but it was something I've wanted to do, and I just never got around to doing it. And I was under the misconception that I had to have 1,000 subs, but apparently that I've always tried to mess around with the YouTube app to go live, and that would explain it because I don't have 1,000 subs yet. So that would definitely explain why it never even gave me the option. I'm so behind the times when it comes to social media. I just started messing around with Instagram for the first time. Like, I had uploaded a few videos, a few things probably about 5 months ago, and then I never did anything with it again. So I'm slowly getting into the Instagram world. Still confusing me. But a lot of our videos we don't do. Like I said, I don't really like interacting with the camera. Like if I'm talking to people, I'm okay. But to interact with like when we're out and I'm talking to the camera, it's just weird to me. And we don't do a whole lot of FaceTime in front of the camera, so I've always wanted to do the live to show some of the stuff that we do. When we're not just out breaking stuff. Yeah, my wife's hooked on Instagram too, man. She kept hammering me, "Get on Instagram, get on Instagram. You need to put the channel on Instagram." Okay, I don't got time. So now I'm actually getting a lot more views, and I'm getting a lot of traffic, I guess, being driven to the channel through Instagram. So naturally, she's just all about "I told you so" lately. But it's like, oh, look at that. This holds air now. Isn't that crazy? And you don't have a hole in the sidewall, how that works. But to be honest, the Instagram thing, I just haven't had time until now. Now I kind of have a little bit more time than I normally have, but still not saying much. So yeah, I would like to do some more live stuff. Kind of stuff like this when I'm working on this stuff, which means it really wouldn't be a scheduled thing because we kind of My buddy Hot Rod and I, James, we both have very messed up schedules, so it's hard to commit to time on anything really for the most part. Yeah, yeah, stickies. Instagram is not very intuitive. It's embarrassing when I even think about how long it took me to figure out how to look up the stuff I posted. Like I didn't even know how to check. You've got a message on Instagram. Great. How do I find it? I hit the home button and I'm looking at everything else. Well, where's mine? Like the stuff I posted. Oh, you got to hit this icon. And then I have my personal account and then my channel account. And it's like you have to hit the top left hand to switch there. And it just doesn't make any sense to me. Still doesn't, but I'm getting used to it. Yeah, it's same on mine, RC Workbench. I think I'm following Stickies, and I'm pretty sure it's the same. I'm pretty sure I'm following Stickies. I guess I could look. Now that I actually kind of know how it works. Maybe. See, I can't even figure out who I'm following. Oh, maybe. Nope. Oh, there we go. You know what? I'm not following Stickies. I'm going to go ahead and follow him. I do find it interesting that as soon as you go to hit the search button. Oh, Stickies is following me. There we go. I'm following you now, Stickies. As soon as you hit the search button, it's always like a bunch of scantily clad girls. Sweet man, thanks. I'll find you. Slow smashing. So I don't know. I mean, is this something I'm still debating whether or not I want to continue doing the live stuff. I mean, this is working out pretty good. Better than I thought it would.
Do you know where all the metal straws went?
Yeah, they're in the cabinet with all the
cup stuff?
Yeah, all the like the travel cups and stuff, like the Yeti stuff.
Oh, thank you.
They should be there. All the lids are there too.
Okay, great.
Oh no, it's Roadside RC. I gotta go now, man. Roadside RC is nothing but trouble. Anyway, before I got interrupted there, yeah, I'm still debating doing live stuff, but if I did, it's not going to be like kind of like a schedule like you guys do with Fridays and Mondays and stuff. Like I said, my buddy and I, our schedules are too messed up. I basically had 3 hours I could kill today to actually do it, and I think it's worked out pretty good. I'd like doing this a lot actually. Yep, always a ton of girls. Yep. It's like a rabbit hole. You're like, "Oh, she's cute." And then next thing you know, you just spent 10 minutes doing absolutely nothing on Instagram except being a creeper. Hey, Roadside, it's not 6 a.m. Well, I guess it is somewhere. I would imagine it's probably around 6 a.m. near Taiwan, maybe. Tiny trucks. You talking about the Mini Z? Yeah, exactly. 6 a.m. somewhere. Well, at least my wheels aren't leaking anymore. So Roadside, I decided to just go for it and do my my first live stream. Oh yeah, Voodoo's all in now to the drifting. That's what somebody said earlier. D1RRR01. I'm assuming that's a drifter. Is that the one that you're getting the hard body or the wide body RX-7 for? I have not tried Zoom. Mainly because I don't have anybody to talk to. Usually I just use Messenger for video chats. The Y2D. That sounds familiar. Y2D. Ah, I'm behind on the chats here. So Troy's keeping you here, Voodoo? That's funny. My thing keeps flickering and telling me I got some weird unstableness. I am 3 floors away from the router. That might make sense. Yeah, I'm going to join you soon, Stickies. I'm getting freaking hungry too. Thanks for stopping by, Stickies. Appreciate it. I'll catch you probably on Friday. I'll think about it. We'll see what happens. It might be more entertaining when I get James involved. Or we might get kicked off of YouTube because he doesn't know how to control his mouth. Not in a bad way, in an entertaining way, but you out of here, Voodoo? Oh, nope. Maybe. Thanks again, Stiggies, for stopping by. I'll see you. I can almost read them from back here. I think I might need new glasses. All right, now, as long as this doesn't light on fire, I'll be a happy camper tonight. Why does it keep doing that? That's very strange. I don't know who Rank is. F Rank? That's so far away. Who's Frank? Thanks for coming by, Slow Smashing. I'll see you around, buddy. Oh, it's Tank. Yeah, I don't want to make Tank angry. You know, I don't know when people stream their stuff. I know Fridays and Mondays and sometimes Wednesdays. When are you gonna start streaming their roadside? Never? Come on, man. But you've got like the whole dad vibe going on there. You know, it's funny. I watched some of your videos and it's like I can tell the kids are sleeping and you don't want to wake them up. Hey, how's it going? It's Troy from Roadside RC. Shh. Don't wake them up. Some of your videos. They're pretty funny. Now, you guys have a good channel going on there. I would like to see you guys do some live shit. Stuff. I'm sorry, am I allowed to say that on my own live stream? I don't even know. I don't know how these rules work. Those are the 6 a.m. ones. So you try not to wake up the wife, not the kids. Pat, I am in Maryland. You gonna dance? I'd want to see you dancing. That'd be pretty entertaining. I have no idea where my transmitter is. I think it may be in the car. Nope, I lied. It's right there. All right, let's see if this thing can handle the 550 power. Ooh. So what's the break-in period for this? I can't remember. This is like 3 minutes on its back, running at a consistent speed. I know my home's hobbies are very temperamental. Who knows? It's probably my gear mesh. Yeah, I don't remember what it was. I don't think it's a gear mesh. I don't know what that is. I probably screwed something up somewhere, putting it back together. Nope, that's gear mesh. I got a steel spur and a steel pinion in there. Stock sliders. I was going to replace them when they wore out and destroyed themselves, but they're still going, so I haven't replaced them. No. Oh, you're talking about these? Oh, never mind. For some stupid reason, I thought you were talking about this. Don't. I told you I really suck live. No, they are metal. They are from IERC. I had to get these to be able to line up with the body. And what really sucked is, so these fit the Element and the SCX10II, and you can see how it's shaped here. I thought that this side would go up here. I mean, it makes more sense to me to have this up here to keep the dirt from flying up in here. But when I flip it around, it doesn't line up with the body anymore. It actually sits like way off kilter. It looks really stupid. So, yeah. Yeah, no. For some reason, I thought you were talking about the drive shafts. Don't ask me why. It's been a long day. But because of this, it really sucked because the SCX10III, the receiver box is incorporated into the skid plate, or this whole plate here. So when I got these, I didn't have a receiver box. So I ended up just getting an Arma one and Velcroing it onto the plate. So Tank's going live. I guess I should get off. I don't want to make Tank angry. I don't even have anything else to work on right now anyway. Except for this. Maybe find out what the hell's going on with it. Let's see how it sounds on the ground. That is very strange. Yeah, I don't know what that clicking sound is. Didn't do it before. Maybe it's just another Holmes hobby thing. They seem to be very sensitive. I'm more interested to know what's going on with my servo right now, though. Anybody ever see that happen? That's new to me. Oh, it's possessed. I don't know. Thanks for coming by, Voodoo. I'll see you on Friday. Yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on with this. That's very strange. Never done that before. It's got to be this motor. Maybe I need a glitch buster. It is kind of funny, though. I don't know. I'll figure it out before the weekend, whatever the hell it is. It actually sounds like something isn't between the pinion and the spur. Yeah, but that's servo crap. That's news. That's new to me. TSM. What is TSM? I don't know, man. For the price, though, these things, we have beat the crap out of these poor things. This is like the second one that we got. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. That's the first time it's ever done that. I got a couple glitch busters I can throw in there, see what happens. To be honest, I'm not too worried about it. I'll figure it out. Well, thank you for stopping by, Mr. Richard East. I'll talk to you later. If you're going to be up for a while. Zosuke. You know, I've tried off-brand servos and I have had zero luck with them. They seem to last like a few runs and then I'm very hard on servos. I've only gone through 2 of the Savox ones. And that was in the 6S Outcast. That actually took a lot to take that Savox out. But so far, these reefs, these 444s, I stayed away from the reef stuff just because of the hype and the price. But the 444s are like $10 more than the Savox. So I just gave it a shot, and it's a much better crawling servo. I think that the Savox is better for bashing. It doesn't seem to be as slow and smooth as the reefs. But I don't know, man. Maybe I will eventually try one of those Zosuke's. I'm very particular about my servos. I'll pretty much try anything else at least once. But servos are probably my biggest thing. All right, guys. I have officially been on for 2 hours and 45 minutes, and I guess Tank's coming on, so not that I think I'm drawing a big crowd away from him, but I'm going to get out of here. I haven't eaten yet. I haven't eaten dinner yet. So thanks, everybody, for stopping by and joining me on my first live stream. It's been real entertaining. Maybe I'll do some more down the road. Maybe not. We'll see. If I do, it'll probably be on Thursdays. Definitely Thursdays. Maybe. I don't know. But thanks again, everybody, for stopping by. No, I don't even know how to turn this off other than just shutting the laptop off. Oh, there's a big red button. All right, guys. Thanks again, everybody, for stopping by. And I will I'll see a lot of you on Friday night. Oh, it's asking me if I'm sure. So yes, I am sure. I want to end. See you, everybody.